Hey guys, happy Saturday. I hope your week has gone well. Just a little heads up, I have one dog on my lap and one dog on the floor, hopefully playing with this toy until we're done. So, um, if I seem a little distracted, I am. But I want to this this information today, and it kind of goes off of what we talked about last week. So, if you remember last week, we talked about biased expectations and the expectations we have of ourselves in certain situations. So, another, this comes out of situations, again, negative situations. So, we're going to talk about negative self evaluations. So out of these negative situations either comes the biased expectation or the negative self evaluation. Personally, I see more of the negative self evaluations than the biased expectation, but they're both pretty common. So, let's talk about negative self evaluation. So, negative self evaluations are, again, they're a result of your negative core beliefs. So these are the beliefs we have about ourselves and the world. Um, they, um, they're a result of the beliefs after a negatively perceived situation. So a situation is kind of the trigger. Um, and then you, the negative self evaluation then is evaluating yourself in a negative way and being just harsh and critical to yourself. This tends to be, we talked about cognitive distortions a few weeks ago. So this might end up looking like shoulding yourself, so telling yourself you should do this or you should do that. Or another one is generalizations. So I never do this, or I will never do this. Um, and then it could also tend to be like labeling yourself or calling yourself names. And I think that part is pretty common in how we speak to ourselves in regard to a situation. So the cycle is actually the exact same as what we talked about last week with biased expectations. You just place negative self evaluations in the place. So here's how it works. So you have your situation, and that leads to the negative core belief. The negative core belief is kind of where it starts. Just like, Baxter, Baxter, get it, get it. Okay, so you have your negative core belief, and that leads to the negative self evaluation. Then it leads to some unhelpful behaviors and emotions, which then confirm the negative core belief. So let me give you an example. This is the same example I used last week. So I want to show you how it kind of works the same way. The cycle works the same way, just plugging in negative self-evaluations instead. So your negative core belief is I'm not good enough. And then the negative self-evaluation, the situation is working for a promotion. The negative self-evaluation is then I'm not good enough at my job to get the promotion. The behavior then would be a lack of confidence in work, avoiding your boss, anything like that. So behaviors. And then this leads to emotions such as anxiety, shame, which then confirms your negative core belief, which is I'm not good enough. So it ties back to the negative core belief, which is, your core belief about who you are. So again, this is tied to self-esteem because it perpetuates the cycle of negative thoughts. When you evaluate yourself negatively, then you have negative thoughts about yourself, and you kind of confirm those thoughts by these core beliefs. So what we think about ourselves results in how we behave and how we think. So, in order to increase self esteem, we need to attempt to be kind and positive toward ourselves. And unfortunately, it's a lot easier to be kind to other people than ourselves. But in order to get rid of these negative self evaluations and just the negative thoughts about ourselves, we have to attempt to create some positive and kind thoughts toward ourselves. So, this can start by kind of changing your mindset, working on your mindset. This definitely takes time. Reading personal development books, using affirmations, things like that to change your mindset and change the narrative, creating positive thoughts. A lot of times we don't realize how many negative thoughts we have. Especially these evaluations can just be like that. And they're natural, but you have the power to decide what you believe and say to yourself. I will say that over and over and over because it's so true. You can change what you believe about yourself. So when you catch yourself saying negative things or labeling yourself, intentionally say positive things to yourself. So this will not be natural at first. It'll take practice and time, but when you catch yourself saying something negative, be intentional about saying something positive. And over time, the positive thoughts will become natural and they'll overcome the negative thoughts. So, as always, if you need help implementing this stuff, I'm here to support you guys, and I offer coaching sessions. So if you need help implementing this self-love or really anything we talk about in this group, then I am here to support you guys. Let me know how I can support you, and if you need some sessions, I'm here to support you guys. So let me know how I can do that. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.